how possible is Erling Haaland to Arsenal in the grand scheme of things? Well, in order to determine this, we would have to look at all the rumored landing spots and landing spots that make sense for Erling Haaland and check out if it's a real fit or not. The first one that's been the most popular is Manchester City. Manchester City has been a team that are a striker away from becoming the best team in the world. But recently they did buy River Plate striker Julian Alvarez for 18.5 million and loaning him back to River Plate in order for him to get more playing time to attempt to make the World Cup. So, what does this mean? Well, Man City has found their next striker in a guy whose game resembles Sergio Aguero, and this could eliminate the possibility of Erling Haaland. Now that Man City's out of the picture, Real Madrid could be another top candidate. Real Madrid is most likely going to sign Kylian Mbappe on a free. It's been a common rumor that has been basically confirmed, but has not yet been completely confirmed by the Frenchman himself. So, with Real Madrid, let's say in hindsight they do buy Kylian Mbappe, their front three would be Mbappe, Benzema, and Vinicius, and backups would be Jovic, Rodrigo, and Asensio. Where would Erling Haaland fit there? They did not want to sell Luka Jovic in January because they think he could be a part of future plans, and also that same applies for Asensio, who received interest from multiple other teams, including Arsenal. Now, that wouldn't make sense to bring in Erling Haaland if you weren't willing to let go of these players. Now, another landing spot that we could eliminate off the board is Manchester United, who have had terrible relations with Erling Haaland's agent, who is the same agent of Paul Pogba. This could be a match that could not work at all once again, because Man United has had nothing but problems with Paul Pogba and his agent throughout his time in Manchester United, and United could once again try and avoid this problem with that same agent and get rid of Pogba and not buy Erling Haaland just because that agent has caused so much trouble for the squad and the player. Now this could eliminate Man United's interest in Erling Haaland. And now that would leave Bayern de Munich again. Could Bayern de Munich repeat history and buy another Dortmund striker? Well, I don't believe so, because Bayern de Munich is not a team that would automatically waste a whole bunch of money on buying a striker or any player. And that would have to happen for them to sign Erling Haaland, because Erling Haaland does have a low transfer clause, but the fees for him and his agent are going to be through the roof, and that could just make Bayern de Munich say no, we don't want him. And now that really just takes away all the clubs. But there's one wildcard team, the last one, and that is PSG. PSG, if they lose Kylian Mbappe on a free, they are probably going to go into the market and buy another forward to replace him. Now, Erling Haaland to PSG would not work at all due to Messi and Neymar's egos. Could they be from 1 and 2 on the team to 2 and 3, even though they have been 2 and 3, but they believe they're 1 and 2? Because Kylian Mbappe is definitely the best player on that team, and by him leaving and Haaland replacing him, he would definitely become the best player on PSG's team, with Lionel Messi only scoring 1 league goal. That is horrible, and Neymar just becoming a complete ghost and making documentaries for Netflix instead of playing. What a douche. Now, with Erling Haaland probably not being a possibility for PSG, most likely a guy who's not as good and not as talented, like Marcus Rashford, a guy who struggled in the Premier League recently, could definitely go into PSG, and it has been a circulating rumor that Marcus Rashford could be joining PSG if Mbappe were to leave the team on a free. Now, who does that leave? another team that is in need of a striker and has a strong possibility of having Champions League football, and that is the Gunners from London. Arsenal FC could definitely make a huge lunge into the market this summer after letting go multiple players in the January transfer window and saving tons of money. And Stan Kroenke had a meeting with Arteta, and Stan Kroenke will be backing the manager. And by Arsenal getting Champions League this year, this could definitely open up the possibility of Erling Haaland to Arsenal, because it makes sense for both sides. And not only that, his best friend Odegaard is on the squad as well, making them a perfect link. And that would just bring in Erling Haaland for the low transfer clause, and Arsenal would have the money by getting backed by Stan Kroenke, who would be in a good mood after the Rams Super Bowl win. And then Arsenal would just receive Erling Haaland, make them their striker, and he would become a club legend and many trophies to come. It's just something that could be a real possibility that not enough people are talking about. But that's how I leave it here. Erling Haaland most likely has a big possibility of joining the Gunners if they do get Champions League football. But anyways, like and subscribe and leave a comment if you believe Erling Haaland has a real chance of joining the Gunners this summer.